Emma Carter had always been the kind of person who lit up a room. Her laughter was contagious, her energy boundless, and her dreams as big as the sky. At 24, she was a rising star in the world of graphic design, working at a prestigious firm in New York City. Her designs were bold, innovative, and full of life, just like her. But life, as Emma was about to learn, has a way of testing even the brightest spirits. It all started on a crisp autumn morning. Emma had been working tirelessly on a major project for a high-profile client. The presentation was scheduled for that afternoon, and she had spent weeks perfecting every detail. As she walked into the office, her heart raced with excitement. This was her moment to shine. But as she entered the conference room, she froze. Her colleague, Mark, was standing at the front of the room, presenting her design to the client as if it were his own. Emma's stomach dropped. She glanced at her boss, Mr. Thompson, who was nodding approvingly at Mark's presentation. Emma's hands clenched into fists. She couldn't stay silent. "Excuse me," she interrupted, her voice shaking but firm. "That's my design. I created it." The room fell silent. Mark turned to her, his face a mask of feigned confusion. "What are you talking about, Emma?" "This is my work." Emma's heart pounded. "No, it's not. I've been working on this for weeks. I have the drafts, the notes, everything to prove it." Mr. Thompson cleared his throat, his expression stern. "Emma, this is a serious accusation. Do you have any evidence to back this up?" Emma's mind raced. She had left her laptop at home that morning, and all her files were on it. I don't have it with me right now, but I can show you everything later. Please, you have to believe me." Mr. Thompson sighed, his tone dismissive. "Emma, this is unprofessional. If you can't prove your claim, I suggest you drop it. Mark has been with this company for years, and I trust his integrity." Emma felt as though the ground had been ripped out from under her. Her own boss didn't believe her. The client, clearly uncomfortable, shifted in their seat. "Let's move on," they said, and the meeting continued as if nothing had happened. Emma sat there, her heart breaking. She had poured her heart and soul into that project, and now it was being stolen right in front of her eyes. Worse, no one was standing up for her. She felt betrayed, humiliated, and utterly alone. That evening, Emma sat in her apartment, staring at the blank walls. Her phone buzzed. It was her older brother, Jake. She hesitated before answering. "Hey, Em," Jake said, his voice warm. "How's my favorite designer doing?" Emma burst into tears. "Jake, it's so bad. Something terrible happened at work." She poured out the whole story. The stolen design, Mark's lies, Mr. Thompson's dismissal. Jake listened quietly, his anger simmering beneath the surface. When she finished, he said, "Emma, you don't deserve this. You're too talented to let someone like Mark take credit for your work." "But what can I do?" Emma cried. "No one believes me. I feel so powerless." Jake's voice softened. "You're not powerless, Em. You have your talent, your passion, and your integrity. Maybe it's time to take control of your own destiny. Start your own studio. Show them what you're made of." Emma wiped her tears. "Start my own studio? Jake, that's crazy. I don't have the money or the connections." "You don't need connections," Jake said firmly. "You just need to believe in yourself. And you've got me. I'll help you however I can." His words sparked something in her. For the first time in days, Emma felt a flicker of hope. Maybe Jake was right. Maybe this wasn't the end. It was a chance to start over, on her own terms. The next morning, Emma walked into Mr. Thompson's office and handed him her resignation letter. He looked surprised. "Emma, are you sure about this? Over one misunderstanding?" "It's not a misunderstanding. Emma said, her voice steady. It's about respect. I deserve to work somewhere where my talent is valued, not stolen. Mr. Thompson sighed. I'm sorry to see you go, Emma. But if this is what you want, I wish you the best. Emma left the office with her head held high. She didn't have a plan, but she had her determination and her brother's support. Over the next few months, she worked tirelessly to build her own design studio. She took on small projects, poured her heart into every design, and slowly began to build a reputation for herself. One day, as she was working on a logo for a local bakery, her phone rang. It was Sarah, a former colleague from her old firm. Emma, Sarah said, her voice excited. I just heard about your studio, and I have a friend who's looking for a designer. She's launching a new brand and needs someone with your creativity. I told her all about you. Emma's heart raced. Really? That's amazing. Thank you, Sarah. Don't thank me, Sarah replied. You earned this. And for what it's worth, I always knew Mark stole your design. I'm sorry I didn't speak up back then. Emma felt a surge of vindication. It's okay, Sarah. I'm past that now. I'm just grateful for your support. The project was a huge success, and word of Emma's talent spread quickly. Before she knew it, her studio was thriving. She had turned her setback into a comeback, and she couldn't have been prouder. One evening, as she sat in her studio, surrounded by her designs, Jake walked in. Hey, superstar, he said with a grin. Looks like you've made it. Emma smiled, her heart full. I couldn't have done it without you, Jake. You believed in me when no one else did. Jake shook his head. No, Emma, you did this. You stood up for yourself, took a risk, and turned your setback into a comeback. And that's something no one can ever take away from you. As she looked around her studio, Emma realized that Jake was right. Life was full of challenges, but it was how you faced them that defined you. She had learned that setbacks weren't the end. They were opportunities to grow, to learn, and to come back stronger than ever. Moral of the story. Life will test you, and sometimes people will try to take credit for your hard work. But when you stand up for yourself, believe in your worth, and take control of your destiny, you can turn any setback into a comeback. The greatest victories often come from the toughest battles. So, when life knocks you down, rise up and show the world what you're made of.